We ready?
Yeah.
Any issues, Gus?
Well, yeah.
What's the issue?
No issues.
This is Zac and Gus,
the podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome, episode 37, Gus?
37.
And to the video listeners, welcome to a brand new set.
Who took a shit on the couch? Who took a big old dump on the couch?
The couch has gone from white to brown. Someone must have taken a shit on the couch. That's the third time Gus has had to say this joke.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a lisp, guys. I'm sorry. I've got an ulcer on my tongue and it's giving me a bit of a speech impediment.
Naughty little Gus.
Why does that make me naughty?
I don't know. You were going to address why this is the third time that we've...
Oh, okay. Well, pretty much we were recording this days ago. And,
2 days ago, in fact.
And then for some reason we didn't have the charger for the camera battery.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But essentially, the camera ran out of charge. We were all exhausted and we didn't feel like recording.
Yeah.
So do we want to explain what has happened in the past week?
In the past week, the location of filming has changed from Box Hill to the
Melbourne CBD.
Yeah, we're moving up in the locations.
So Gus moved out and I moved in. And subsequently, Gus hasn't moved in anywhere yet.
No, Gus sleeps on a couch right now.
And has for the past 8 days, which is not an...
And it's not like even a good couch. Like as far as sleeping on couches goes, this is like the lowest tier of couches you would want to sleep on.
So because of that, and from now on for the foreseeable future, like probably forever, we're recording...
Oh yeah, I'm never going to have a home again.
No, we're recording at my place.
Yes, it's very nice. We've got a nice view of the city. I mean, not right now. The blinds are closed, but...
So essentially, in moving all the equipment, there was a bit of crossover where we couldn't immediately move the equipment from Gus's house to my house. So where did you put the equipment, Gus?
I put it in a storage unit because I'm a responsible person with a storage unit.
Now, how do you get into said storage unit?
You use a responsible person key that you would hold on to if you were a responsible person with your responsible storage unit.
So it was Saturday or Sunday that you put your items in the storage unit?
Saturday.
So Saturday. So this is a week ago.
This is what a key looks like for
if you're watching the video version. Yeah. Gus has the key out. Don't forget that key.
If you zoom in really far, you might be able to go to a key cutter and get that key cut and break into my storage unit.
But you wouldn't know which storage unit number yours is.
No.
Or where, except we are kind of giving the location of it away. So essentially on the Saturday, Gus put everything into a storage unit, and then it came to Tuesday and I was like, I'll take the stuff from the storage unit and I will put it in my house.
And obviously I put all the podcast equipment in one big box because that makes sense.
But Gus, in those 3 days, where had the key gone?
Oh yeah, right, the key. Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't actually know. This key is still the spare key that we had to go and get. The original keys are gone.
So we had to go and collect the spare key off Gus's dad, who was in
Knox.
Now, if you're not from Melbourne, Knox is not regional, but it's a suburban suburb that isn't accessed by train. So we had to take an hour-long train and then an hour-long bus and then walk around Knox City Shopping Centre for an hour.
It's Knox, a journey we wanted to be taking.
That's the third time Gus has said that joke as well. And the first time we recorded, I forgot to press record. So I keep glancing over to make sure we are recording. Once we got that key, it was another 2 hours of public transport back to Melbourne CBD, and then another hour, I'd say about 30 minutes to get to Footscray.
Yep.
Where we collected the storage unit.
Yeah, the whole unit. We just grabbed it out of the ground, lifted it.
Oh, God. We collected the items in the storage unit, brought it to my place, and didn't set it up because who the fuck would set it up? Fast forward to Friday, which was when the recording day was. We set up and we were missing a fair fucking chunk of stuff.
Including the covers for the lights that we're using, so the light just blinded us, and most importantly, the charger for the camera.
Now, we did deliberate, what do we do? Because I couldn't record on... Oh, we must have been doing it on the Thursday. I couldn't record on the Friday. We had to do it on the Saturday, which is today, which is one day before the podcast comes out. Now, we didn't want to leave
last week's podcast still hasn't come out on YouTube.
That's not a brag.
Yeah, I'm bragging, guys. I'm such a good editor that I just haven't gotten the show out, and it was supposed to be out almost a week ago.
So that is practically what's happened in the week leading up to get this podcast into a brand new location. Some pros about this location are I don't have to travel. It means I will never be...
I have to travel.
I'll never have to wonder whether Gus is actually at his house.
No, but you'll have to wonder whether I'm ever going to show up to yours.
Yeah, which is a bit of a problem. We've also got the recording deck right next to me, which means you won't see ugly video of me leaning in to press things on the video, which is always nice and good.
Anyway, let's get right into things. First off, I just want...
We need to make an announcement of something that has happened on the past week of the podcast as well.
Certain people listen to this show. Certain people make comments on our YouTube videos and our TikToks. Not many people.
But
I will say not many people
some
comment,
people in
which means
particular do.
When someone does comment, it stands out. We're going to see it. We're going to notice it.
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go, ha, that's a funny comment, or that's a really shit comment. Most TikTok comments, they're pretty shit, but this one stood out to us.
So I told a story a few podcasts ago about going out to Yaya's and making out with a stranger and it not being good. Look, hindsight maybe wasn't the best story to tell on the podcast, but essentially what has happened is someone has commented saying, haha, that was me. And I would just like to clear the waters. They've commented publicly, so I feel like I can say their name on the show.
No, maybe don't say their name. They know who they are.
You know who you are. The story was not about you. So
is there any way you can make this person feel better about
I don't give a shit how they feel. They clearly wanted the story to be about them to make that comment.
Okay, yeah, fair.
But the story was not about you. I'm obviously not going to reveal who it was about. I would never have told the story on the show if I thought there was any chance of the person hearing it.
Now, what we should point out is Gus on this night out did tell some people about the podcast.
Which I don't really remember doing, but I must have told this person. And they now listen, which, look, that's
great to have them on board as a listener of the podcast. Not great that they think we're targeting them on the podcast. That is not good. That's not our intentions.
But yeah, that pretty much wraps that up. And speaking of wraps, get ready for Gus's weekly wrap, which is a bit outdated. It doesn't really have all the stuff from the week because I wrote this earlier in the week.
It's better than nothing, isn't it, Gus?
Look, that's all you can generally say about what I bring to this show. It's better than nothing. At least he showed up.
That's a good point. At least Gus is here this week.
Okay, this is Gus's weekly wrap, volume 2.
Volume 2?
Yeah, because I did one last week.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Are you going to put backing music behind it this time, Zach?
Maybe if I can be fucked.
Okay. So
you know what? Probably not.
So this week was a bit of a mess. Had to move all my stuff to Adrian's, and now I sleep on his lounge room couch, but it's so uncomfy that my back goes ouch. And I was tired from moving all of my shit. I got really lazy and I didn't do the edit for the podcast that we made a week ago. Yeah, it's 5 days late because I'm so damn slow, but I'll try to edit the pod tonight. Okay, obviously that wasn't true because that was a lie. JK's, guys, that's probably a lie. Yeah, it's probably a lie, but I'll give it a try. I didn't. I tried the Zinger Tower Burger at KFC. It wasn't worth the hype, if you ask me.
Pause. We both had it. It was fucking disgusting.
But I still had 2, and that might soon be 3. Can confirm it is now 3. Because I love shit things, yeah, can't you see? Also, we don't record the show in Box Hill, but I still have this gnome that I stole in Box Hill. What should I do with the gnome that I stole in Box Hill? Zach, what should I do with the gnome that I stole in Box Hill?
Oh, you're not leaving the gnome here, mate.
So I have this gnome.
Okay, have you sent any postcards?
I said, okay, for people who don't know, for new listeners, I decided it would be a great segment to steal someone's garden gnome and send them postcards pretending I was the gnome. And it was funny at first. I liked the concept, but then I did 2 of these postcards and I was like, this isn't really going anywhere.
Did they? I'm assuming they didn't.
No, they never replied. And so now I'm just kind of like, and now I'm not in the suburb with the gnome. It kind of was going to work like I was going to keep doing the postcards until I got bored with it and then just take the gnome back. But now I have to go on a fucking journey to take this gnome home.
Well, you have to. The concept of the idea, if you don't take it home, you've stolen it. If you take it home, you've stolen it, but it appears that you've borrowed it.
Okay. Well, I feel like I can't just return it though.
Okay, I reckon, right.
There's got to be some sort of finale to the gnome saga. The thing is, I'm not sure if I even ever sent the second postcard.
Idiot.
So I think they've only received the first one.
Okay, I reckon. Where did you make it to in the second one? Like how?
In the second one, the gnome was at Melbourne Airport.
Okay, I reckon third postcard. Hey, didn't realize there's a thing called coronavirus. I can't get anywhere. I'll be coming home next week.
But then, what if I just send the gnome home with the last postcard? Like I just post it.
Are you sure you got the right address?
I'm not actually sure what the address is, to be honest.
Oh God. Because sending the
I know I sent the first postcard to the right address, but that's because I didn't send it. I actually walked there and hand
dropped it
delivered
off.
it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mainly because I didn't want to spend like $1 on posting it.
Yeah, give it back. You've got to give it back. Ultimately, you have to give the gnome back.
All right, I'll give the gnome back. I'll
What
I'll give an update on the gnome's return next week. Chances are I still won't have returned it yet, but
Wasn't its name Walter?
Walter, yes.
Goodbye, Walter.
Goodbye,
You've
Walter.
been great to laugh at on the show and have not provided much content apart from that.
Another thing that didn't make my weekly wrap is that I am obviously, the wrap did discuss that I'm sleeping on a couch. So I am possibly moving to Whittlesea.
Now, again, if you're not from the area, you might not know where the fuck Whittlesea is. Whittlesea is in northern regional Victoria. It's in between regional Victoria and Metro Melbourne.
Yeah, it is like if you go a bit past Mernda, which is like the last suburb of metropolitan Melbourne, you get to a little town called Whittlesea.
And it has...
With a population of about 5,000 people. It's one of those little country towns, except it's weird because it's not a country town simply because it's so close to Melbourne, but it would be a country town if it were anywhere else. It's just got like one strip of shops, no Coles, no Woolies, just an IGA.
Now, what I'm most worried about is, Gus, you've never lived this far away from things.
It's not that. No, that's the thing though. It's not far away from things.
Okay, you have to tell the listeners how, if you want to go on a late night out, what's the last time you can leave Melbourne to get home?
About 9,
Which is not late at all.
but I could take the last train back to Mernda, and then it's only a 2-hour walk from Mernda to Whittlesea.
Now, I'm calling it here and now. You're going to regret this really much.
I don't think I
Really
regret
much.
it. It just means like if I go out on the weekend, I stay with a mate, and living like far away, like it'll make me like stay home during the week,
And it
which will be
will
good.
make you save money because there's probably not Uber Eats there.
I've actually checked this. It's so weird now in regional places, the fast food places, when it's not in Melbourne or like a big city like Geelong or something, they actually hire their own delivery drivers now or cars.
Oh, what the fuck?
So there's a Macca's in Whittlesea and you can get Delivery and it's free.
Jesus
you
Christ.
don't even have to pay a delivery fee and there's no minimum order. I don't know how they're making any money out of that. But,
Okay, that might actually be a bit of a deal for you there.
yeah, it's pretty much just means you don't have to walk to Macca's.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Yeah.
that I really eat Macca's, but there's no KFC or Hungry Jack's in Whittlesea.
My biggest problem is throughout his modern life, Gus has always lived very close to accessible public transport and trains to the city.
But there's buses to a place with trains to the city.
That's my problem, and I just don't think you'll survive.
I reckon I will. I reckon I'll have a great old time. I reckon I'll vibe in a cute little town.
Do you have?
Plus, there's a fucking water park. Who needs to go to the city where you can ride water slides?
How
all day?
often are you going to use the water park?
Every day that it's open, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
How much does it cost to get in?
I haven't checked. They probably do season passes.
Oh, you're gonna. Oh God. Okay. When do you move in?
I mean, I can move in next week on Thursday.
I give it a month.
I genuinely don't see why you think this is all going to fall apart, but we'll see. We'll check back in a month.
Oh, sweet. Perfect. Oyster. Gus. People love their sayings.
The world is your oyster.
Is exactly what I'm going on to. What the fuck does the world is your oyster mean?
I have genuinely wondered this since I was a young child, and it's one of those questions that I never really asked. Or if I asked, like my parents, they probably didn't have an answer, and I still don't know to this day.
Like, some things do make sense, like go out and break a leg. That's irony as go out and do everything, but if you come home with a broken leg, you're a bit of a dumb fuck. The world is your oyster.
Well, I guess oyster is it's a really nice dish.
But it's not. Seafood is a delicacy that not a lot of people like. An oyster falls at the very...
I'm not really a seafood person, but... Oh, wait. What is an oyster?
Isn't it? Fuck, are oysters the one that have pearls in them?
I genuinely just realized when we're talking about this, I don't know what an oyster is. If it's the one with a pearl, that would make sense.
Yeah, well, that's an oyster. You know,
Look, so
oyster.
No, don't clams have pearls? Or are oysters just clams?
Ooh, I don't know. Pearl breeding success offers hope for oysters. There we go. That's an answer.
That makes sense. The world, you get your pearl, oysters, blah, pearl. Wool.
So the world is your oyster. Does that mean you've got to go in and find
You've
the
got to
pearl?
tear that oyster open and find your pearl.
I guess you've got an answer there. I just was really confused by it. It's been on my mind for a very long time, and I've just been waiting to end it up. You know what? That would have been a really good segment of...
Oh, we ponder on something, but we never actually find out the answer.
Yeah.
Like the meteorite one that we did.
Yeah. And now we know the answer. That's fucked.
Well, no, we don't know the answer.
We do. We Googled
Oh, did you just Google the actual saying?
No, I didn't. I didn't find out what the world is your oyster meant, but
Well, so we still don't know. We could have just, rationalized it, but that might not actually be why it is.
there we go. If you're really annoyed because you know what the answer to what does the world is your oyster mean, we're not going to Google it.
We're never going to know.
Do we want to continue speculating on it, though? Because I think it's kind of interesting. But
I mean, to be honest, I do feel like we have found the answer.
Yeah, and
but we're just never going to Google it, so we don't technically know.
For anyone who's a bit confused, episode 11 or 12 of the podcast, we did a segment where I asked where do meteors go when they hit the ground, and we refused to Google the answer.
I forget what we even came to as the...
I don't know what we came
There's
to.
just a bunch of little rocks everywhere, aren't there?
Yeah, but they're not where the meteors came from.
What do you mean?
Oh, fuck, where they went.
Well, yeah, it is.
Well, no, not really.
If the rocks are from the meteors.
Yeah, but there's more rock... fuck. We've definitely had this conversation before. We don't have to have it again.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go back and listen to that episode.
During the week, Gus, you know me, I love to use toilets. I love to use any sort of toilet.
You do really love toilets.
I was walking into a public toilet. And you know the public toilets, sometimes they have, not the actual cubicle, but the entrance to them. It's a bit narrow. Never really known why. Something happened. I was walking in and someone walked out. You know when you walk into someone and you're like, oh, I might go to the left. Oh, I might go to the right. Yeah. This person opened their arms.
Wait, what?
And like, so we're walking and they just go, whoa. And I'm like
going in for a hug?
kind of like going in for a hug, but definitely not going in for a hug because I need a piss. They
You should have just fucking
love you.
gone in for
Yeah,
it.
if they weren't old and a man and just weird in a public toilet.
Oh, you won't hug an old man?
I think that's like a stereotypical norm for most people, not to hug an old man.
Oh, so you think all old men are perverts? Look, you're probably right.
If they're coming out of the toilet, look, it's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, because going to the toilet as an old man automatically makes you a pervert. All those poor non-pervert old men just holding it in whenever they go out. And they've got weak bowels too, so that's a challenge.
Yeah, but so do I. I think it would just be weird to be seen hugging an old man in a public toilet. Yeah, so my problem was with this man, I couldn't get past him and he was just standing there and I'm like, you need to close your arms, dude. I need to get past you.
Did you say that?
No, I'm just thinking it and I'm like, okay, I understand when you run into someone, you might go and shuffle a bit and like that causes a bit of a
Was he
stop.
just like frozen?
He just was like, whoa! But like he didn't say the whoa, he just like opened his arms and I'm like, sweet, close those arms now, please. I need to get past.
So how long was he stood there?
Like a solid 5 seconds, which isn't a lot, but when you're just standing there looking at each other, I was like, what are we doing? And why?
I reckon he did want the hug.
Maybe he knew me. No, I wouldn't hug an old man.
That's, what's the word? Ageist?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
not
the word?
ageist. I think it's more scared for my personal safety and my
Well, what
public
would your
appearance.
reaction be if someone your age opened their arms when they were walking out of a public toilet?
If anyone wanted a hug in a public toilet, I would go, no, we will do it outside of a public toilet.
So if the old man had said, hey, can I have a hug? You would have given
No.
him a hug outside?
No, I wouldn't have. I would need to know the person before I hug them in public. Or in private. I'm not hugging a stranger. Do we want to do a drinks break? How long is your chips content going to take?
A while. Yeah, let's
Okay.
do a drinks break.
Now, to preface this, guys, we do a drinks break halfway through the show. We need to stop and restart the camera. So we do a little sponsored segment. You can pay money to have your sponsored segment. Just message us on Instagram.
Our Instagrams are on screen, or at GUSRIIS or at ZACBRFFA.
BRIFFA.
BRIFFA on Instagram, Zach Briffa and Gus Reese.
We didn't have a bid this week, so reverting to plugging our own content.
This is the official Zac and Gus Drinks Break, proudly brought to you by @Zac and Gus on Instagram, your one-stop shop for all Zac and Gus content. @Zac and Gus on Instagram.
There we go, we're back.
All right, I've got a bit of a game for you, Zach.
Perfect.
And this game doesn't have an opener. What's that chip? Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, that's the opener now, and you're gonna cut that out, and we're gonna use that as the opener if this game ever comes back.
Okay, I'll cut that out.
What's that chip ever returns? So essentially, I went to.
I need to get a blindfold. I'll be back.
Yeah, Zach needs to get a blindfold. Okay, so essentially the premise of this game is I went to one of those discount supermarkets, sort of like an NQR, but I don't think NQR exists anymore. It's called Cheaper by Miles, and they just sell shit that the other shops don't want to sell. So I've got a bunch of really weird chip flavors that were all like, I think it was like $2 for 6 packets of these chips. So I'm going to be giving Zach 3 different chips to taste test, and he has to guess what the flavor is.
Perfect. Am I going to put my blindfold on now?
Sure. I'm not sure if you're playing this. Should this be for a point? Because I do have a prize for you if you win.
Oh, if there's a prize, I think we've kind of decided that if there's a prize, no points from what I did on the Valentine's episode. So my blindfold, people, is a 4 and 20 beanie. 4 and 20 if you want to pay me for this.
Zach, momentarily take the blindfold off.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is what you're playing to win. This is quite possibly, this is like no word of a lie, quite possibly one of the last Mr. Happy orange flavored fruit drinks in Australia.
What the fuck?
Also purchased from the same store. These aren't sold anywhere. We genuinely have no idea where these came from, but this discount store for $4 we got.
It expired over a year ago.
It's fine. It's best before. Don't worry. I've had like 20 of them.
What the fuck?
So essentially, we got a slab of these, like 24 of them. Well, Adrian got 24 of them for $4.
Jesus Christ.
And I've been addicted to these things since we've had them. And now they're all gone.
Except for this last one.
And I am craving this
I
so
must say,
much.
the way it is filled up, it doesn't look like... It looks like it's been opened. But it also looks like something... It's got a thing that you can hang around your neck.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like primary school excursion vibes, I'm thinking.
Why is
Except
there
I
a
never went to
carrot
primary
on
school.
this?
See, I think... Oh, shit. I think the most
disgusting.
interesting thing about this, Zach, is that it's an orange-flavored fruit drink
I kind of don't want to win it.
containing 10% apple juice.
Yeah, didn't you know apple juice is actually used as like a base?
You've told me this before. Anyway, Zach, you are going to want to win this.
I really don't. There's like food and shit all over the side of it. What's that?
I don't know.
I don't want to win this at
Zach,
all.
you are going to win it and you are going to try it.
I'm going to exchange it for a point if I win it.
You can't do that. You've got to drink it. I'm telling you, once you take a sip of Mr. Happy, you won't go back here.
Okay.
Except you will, because this is the only one you'll ever be able to drink in your life.
I'm sure I'll be able to find some. Am I
Please do, because I need this. I am an addict.
You fucking crazy man. Okay, am I putting the blindfold on?
You can put the blindfold on. Okay, audience, I will show you the first chips that we are going to get Zach to try.
Don't like put the chip packet in this sort of vision. I can see like down to here on me. I don't know what you're doing. You kind of need to describe it because we are an audio medium too.
Yeah, I walked away from the mic.
Oh, great. Well, I can't see that because I'm not...
All right, Zach.
Put the chip in my hand.
I'm going to put the first chip in Zach's hand.
I've got a chip in my hand. Am I allowed to look at the chip?
You can... I guess you can look at it. You can sniff it. You can do what you like with it. You can do...
Oh,
use
I've
all your
sniffed it and
detective
it really
skills.
just smells stale.
It might be. It might be. Let me
Oh,
check
going
the,
closer to it, it does have a bit of flavour.
Let me check the use by date. I don't think chips have a used by date.
Okay. I'm going in to bite it. I don't feel good about this. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, they expire today, I think.
What the fuck is this? Do I get options? Because I've got no fucking clue what I'm eating here.
No options. Just a stab in the dark. If you get it in the right sort of area, I'll give it to you.
Doesn't taste like anything. Except for possibly Vegemite flavour. That's my guess.
The chips are not Vegemite flavor. Zach, would you like to take off the blindfold to reveal that they are?
Women flavoured?
So yeah, this is the chip packet. No, it's some weird rice shit.
You don't even...
I have no idea. If you guessed anything close to it, I was gonna have to like try to Google translate. Do you want to go ahead and try to Google translate that? I think it's might have something egg in it. Fuck, that wasn't English. I think it might have something egg in it.
You're going to have to watch the video version if you want to know what the chip packet looked like. This was just...
Xena said it's like salted egg something else too. I don't know.
Fangs eye. Salted egg yolk meat dumpling.
Salted egg yolk meat dumpling.
How the fuck was I meant to get that?
Well, I would have accepted anything in the egg region.
For anyone who is an audio listener, the photo on it is literally a woman with her lips and a thumbs up, and that's why I reacted like women flavored.
Salted egg is actually a fairly common flavor.
How the fuck was I meant to know it was going to taste? Oh,
So they've got salted egg Pringles.
okay. This website says it's kind of egg-like taste along with salted potato. Good.
That's my favorite description of a chip ever. Okay, blindfold back on, Zach.
Oh, God. The blindfold is back
Alright,
on.
for the video viewers,
Gus is leaving his microphone again. I can only assume he's opening the packet of chips. This is chip number 2.
it's like I'll tell you the brand.
Okay. I'm 0 from 1 at the moment.
These are Lay's potato chips.
The exact same as last time. Okay. Oh, they're crinkly this time. I must say, I've been overseas and I've had the Asian Lay's crinkle cut chips. They're fucking horrible. Australia have so much better crinkle cut chips. Smelling it, strong taste, strong smell of vinegar.
Now, are you enjoying the chip?
I'm enjoying it a lot
Give us
more.
like a rating for the chips as well.
Okay, the first one was a 1 out of 10. The second one, I would eat a packet of this. I'm like putting it an 8 out of 10.
That's a pretty good rating. Pretty good rating. Must be a pretty good flavor. Must be something quite delicious.
Is it a flavor I would recognize? Like, I'm never going to guess egg meat dumpling.
No, this is a much more common flavor than egg meat dumpling.
Chili. I'm just going to go chili something.
Chili something. It is not chili something. These were fried chicken potato chips.
They don't taste like fried chicken. Like, I would haven't, like, try these again. They don't taste like, they're delicious, but they don't taste like fried chicken.
Yeah. They don't. Oh, they've sort of got the.
Oh, I had one really coated. These ones aren't coated at all.
They do sort of taste a bit like traditional chicken flavored chips, but a lot milder.
Nice though.
All right, it's time for chips number 3. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. They got an ulcer. Oh. It's the final chips time.
All right. Blindfold is back on. As Gus gets the last packet out. He's opening the packet. I don't even know if these sounds are making it onto the podcast. He's bringing it over to me. He's sitting back on the couch. And he's going to give me a chip. I think. It is... Oh, it's like light and fluffy. Can I know the brand?
The brand for these chips is Rebel.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm taking a bite. Oh, I'll smell it first. Oh, I put a bit on my tongue. It's very spicy.
What vibe did you get from the smell? What's it smelling like?
Nothing.
What's it tasting like?
I bit it. It's very spicy chip.
Very spicy chip.
Now, notoriously, Gus knows he's way better with spice than I am.
Yeah, I did feel sort of like a cunt giving you a spicy chip, but that's... Yeah.
Now, you can't see most of my facial expression, and if you're listening, you can't tell any of it. Oh, I guess it's not horrible.
They do have quite a spice to them compared to most spicy chips. Yeah.
These are the spiciest chips. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'd put that at a 5 out of 10. There's no flavor. It's just spicy. Spicy. Chili. I don't know. What is
I
it?
will give you spicy chili because it was a type of chili. It was jalapeno white cheddar flavored chips.
Oh, I could not taste the fucking cheese on that. Ooh, I want another. They're
I
nice.
did really enjoy these chips. I've already eaten 2 packets of them.
Last year for school, I had to have, I may have told you about this, the Hot Ones chips.
Oh, yeah.
I had to have the Hot Ones special sauce.
All right, Zach, you got 1 question right, which means you win the Mr. Happy.
Wait, I just needed 1 question right to win?
Take a sip of the Mr. Happy.
I think Gus just wanted me to try the Mr. Happy.
I definitely just wanted Zach to try the Mr. Happy.
Okay.
It's gonna be. You're gonna find it so underwhelming. You're gonna be like, "How the fuck did you drink like 20 of these?" But I can't really explain it. It's just an
chili is
addiction.
There was no seal on this. I did not feel safe.
No. It was sealed. I've opened the seal. Don't worry.
Why?
Because I was gonna drink it, and then I was like, "Oh no, I'll give this to Zach on the podcast." because it was the last one.
I don't feel comfortable drinking out. I'm taking the cap off. I don't feel comfortable drinking out something that Gus may have.
I haven't even had a sip.
germaphobe.
I haven't even had a sip,
Have
mate.
that, you bitch. Alright, we're drinking the Mr. Happy. Fucking first week that we're recording at my house, and all rules about eating in front of the roadcast have just gone out of the way.
Well,
It smells very orangey.
the roadcaster isn't exactly in front of us anymore.
Good point.
So.
You're addicted to this.
I
anyone-
feel the judgment heading
For
my
anyone
way.
at home, this is like you got orange cordial, and as a kid, you just put a bit too much in. Not a lot. Like, it's still fully drinkable. It's just like you've put a bit too much orange cordial, and your mum's gone, Zach, you shouldn't have done that. And you're like, this is the best day of my life.
Yep, and that's how I feel every time I drink one of those. I drank like 6 in a night, but I think it's like not just the drink that's the addictive part. It's the fact that you hang them all around your neck. You have one hanging around your neck, and by the end you've got like 6 around your neck, and you're like, yeah, I'm Mr. Happy.
That's so sad. This is like,
Does this make you Mr. Sad?
that doesn't make me Mr. Sad. It just makes me Mr. Questioning why we're doing this on the podcast.
I wonder if there's a Mr. Is there a Mr. Questioning? Just sounds like he's questioning
We'll
his
try
sexuality.
and get some more later on in the pod, another week. But I had the Mr. Happy. It's really not
Apparently,
that amazing.
there are different ones for the different Mr. Men. So I'd be very excited to.
Like, I am going
saw some
back
of
for
them.
more sips. But
Yeah,
it's not.
exactly. You don't know why, but it is enjoyable.
Well, I know why I'm doing it to finish it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's enough, Mr. Happy. Where's the lid? There.
Oh, it's over here.
Okie dokie, guys. Now you came in to record right before I was about to have lunch, and I was doing well until you made me start eating food. It's time
sorry.
for this.
What were you going to have for lunch?
Oh,
What
I
were
was
you
going to
gonna-
have reheated pasta. Not that special.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Gus, shut up. It's time for this.
Cry. The things that make Zach cry.
There we go. The opener kind of cuts out a bit too early. So we've talked much along on this podcast
Much
about...
along?
I don't... Fuck off.
Much a lot wouldn't have even made sense, but much along?
I don't know where I was going. About the things that make me cry on the podcast.
Cry. The things that make Zach cry.
I think it's a pretty good opener.
Not bad, not bad.
So I wanted to talk about the things that make me cry. Notoriously, we've done KFC. We've done Big Brother multiple times. And we've done my train app.
Yes.
This time, as you may see from the planning board, Gus, it's about dogs.
Dogs.
I just moved into my new apartment.
Is this because you're not allowed to have a dog?
No. So we have...
You are allowed to have a dog?
Just chill. As part of like living in this apartment block, you've got to sign yourself up for kind of like a resident social media site. Got like a community notice board and shit. But one of my favorite things about this website that you have to create like a profile for, there's a page on it called Pet Park, and you get to see all the pets that live in your apartment building.
So you are allowed to have a dog?
To an extent, one of the 2 dogs in the apartment building is a seeing guide dog,
Ah. What's the other one?
a retired greyhound racer.
So you are allowed to have a dog?
I think so, but I would feel bad putting a dog in this apartment building.
But are you going to get a cat?
No.
You're not. Oh, but you were talking about getting a cat. Why the change of heart?
I just don't think it'd be nice to...
Yeah, actually,
leave
you
a
wouldn't be
cat
able to
in
get
here.
outside. That'd be shit.
But what I wanted to say was when I discovered that there was a page on this social media site for people that live in this apartment, for me to look at photos of the dogs that live in this building, I cried. The fact that I could see photos of dogs near me were the...
Cry. The things that make Zach cry.
Yeah.
I still reckon you should get a cat.
No.
Just like take it on walks and shit.
Yeah, but I would feel bad. Like, I mean, I'm here around enough, but I feel like it's a bit of animal cruelty. I would want to adopt a cat, and I don't think the RSPCA are going to put me, someone who's living on the 21st building of an apartment building, 21st floor of a building in Melbourne CBD.
I guess that's fair. I hope I can get a cat in... Where am I living again? Whittlesea?
You probably could get a cat in Whittlesea.
I was thinking...
Yeah.
Just not tell the other guy I'm living with and have the cat live in my room because my room literally faces the main street of the town, so I could just leave the window open and the cat can go run around in town and then come back through my window and no one will ever know I have a cat.
Except for him if he sees the cat going in and out of the window.
Well, no, he'll just be like, oh, why is that cat jumping through the window? Angus, there's some random cat jumping through your window. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't know where that came from. Yeah, get out of here, kitty.
Yeah, once. If the cat comes back multiple times, the owner's going to suspect something.
Yeah, but this guy's always, like, he works a lot. He works all through the day, so...
I feel like you'll see... Sorry, we've got the windows open. I don't know if you can hear that, but there are some people obviously on the street making a lot of sound.
Wait, that's from the street? But the street's so far away.
I don't know. I'll try and look out. I reckon it's from the street.
Zach has a very scary view of the city. It's a good view of the city, but it's scary because I'm scared of heights and he has a ceiling height window.
I don't know where they are, but I can't see them on the street and they're not like anywhere close to us. I feel like if you had a cat, you would be better off having a room that faced the backyard or something.
Probably, but I feel like it could work.
No.
I'm going to do it, guys.
God.
Well, I'll update you on the Gus has a cat, has the other resident found out escapade. Not next week. It's not going to be as soon as next week.
And we'll get updates on whether Gus has survived living in fucking
Maybe I'll be allowed a cat. I should probably just ask.
I think you would be probably like given at least some consideration towards it. I'm going to skip my next one if you want to go to yours.
News of the week. Your favorite segment that Gus always brings. It's always a really exciting, funny.
That Gus always brings, and it's a really good indicator of whether Gus brought content this week.
No, I will always bring news of the week regardless of whether I have content, but this is actually a very interesting news of the week because it sort of relates into being a bit of a Kyle chat because it took place on the Kyle and Jackie O show.
I don't know how we became a podcast that solely talks about
We're
Kyle
not
and
talking
Jackie
about
O.
Kyle or Jackie O. We're actually talking about Gladys B.
Can you not say her last name?
Berejiklian.
Good work.
An interview with New South Wales... No, that's just how I had it written in my notes.
Oh, wow.
An interview with New South Wales... I can't pronounce New South Wales, guys. An interview with NSW Premier GB took an X-rated turn this morning when a fan called in to explain she had starred in a raunchy dream of his.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is having sex dreams about Gladys Berejiklian?
I think they were taking the piss, but you tell me what you think. So, Miss Berejiklian was chatting with Kyle and Jackie O, blah, blah, blah. Caller called up who described himself as a very big fan.
How can you be a big fan of a premier?
I don't know.
That's just not something that happens. Like, it's not possible. They're not like a sports player or a music star. They're the premier of your state.
That reminds me, one of my mates said someone they knew went to school with Daniel Andrews' son and thought that they were going to school with a celebrity.
What the fuck?
The man introduced himself as Sean and started off by telling Miss Berejiklian that he thought she was doing an amazing job as premier.
That's normal. That's a normal thing to say to your state premier.
You were very kind. Thank you, Miss Berejiklian said. Sean said since yesterday's announcement that more COVID-19 restrictions would be eased across New South Wales in the coming days, he had been wondering when nightclubs would be allowed to reopen. By you doing that, I actually had a dream about you, he said. Uh-oh, Miss Berejiklian responded.
Oh, fuck.
Sean then launched into a description of the dream, telling the premier, we went for a nice romantic dinner because I was trying to talk to you about getting nightclubs back.
So in this dude's dream, his brain thought it was totally appropriate to go on a date with the premier and then fuck the premier, and that would give him nightclubs back.
I guess we took the we took the limo back to my house, and let's just say, being very polite, you forgot all about your premiere jobs, and we banged, and it was really good.
Jesus fucking
Just
Christ.
to put it politely.
Yeah, banged, not fucked.
And then he obviously got cut off after that.
Yeah, look, I'm not surprised. Poor Gladys.
Yeah.
Because she kind of can't avoid going on Kyle and Jack's show.
shit.
Okay. The cameras just died. Do you reckon that's just a good time to end the show?
Yeah, you can't see us, guys, but we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in this week. You can find us at Zac and Gus on Instagram, Zac and Gus on Facebook, or you can email the show anytime.
zacandgusshow@gmail.com. We also have the YouTube channel Zac and Gus and Zac and Gus highlights on YouTube. We have a TikTok, Zac and Gus, and chuck us a subscribe if you haven't already.
We'll see you next week.